Hi there, I'm Zoot Java. Today I'd like to talk about the emergency relief bill that was blocked in the U.S. Senate by the Democrats. Twice. That is, mostly the Democrats. Basically, the bill was put together with Republican and Democrats in a hurry in order to get a quick helping out, if you will, for the American people. And along comes Nancy Pelosi, who decided to take, a couple of days off for a holiday while everybody else was working on this, and then come back. And her party to use the American people by holding them hostage by withholding their own money. Imagine you're a taxpayer. You've given a huge amount of your income to the government, and then when you're in a jam, by the way, that the government has enforced upon you by shutting down your employment, who do you trust? The people who quickly try and help you out, or the ones who take what is being offered and won't allow you to have your own money in the times of a crisis as they try and force through a massive, multi-paged, 1,400-page compilation of leftist bills. They want their personal garbage forced through and think that the Republicans will look like the bad guys for not simply signing this when they have held you hostage. That, if they cared, they would have signed it over. In my opinion, this is the reason that there is one single bill that should be put first. A bill that would not allow anything whatsoever to be tacked onto emergency bills being set up in times of a crisis. And this is the biggest crisis we've had to face in years. So after this, the emergency bill should then be put through on good faith, which this one should be done anyways. Of course, it has flaws. You can't flash anything out perfectly in an emergency. You do the best you possibly can, and then when everything settles back down, you do what you can to get things back to normal again. Think of it like this. I use lifeboats an awful lot when making points, by the way, because they are a good way of simplifying a problem and trying to find an easier way to fix it. So there's a bunch of us in a lifeboat in the middle of the ocean. A leak springs out of the center of the boat, and it begins filling up with water. The smart people will do what they can as quickly as possible. They'll grab anything that they can find and begin to bail the water out of the boat as quickly as possible. Others will look around to find something that they can use to plug the hole with, and once this is taken care of, they can empty everything out, check for more problems. Someone like Nancy Pelosi, however, would hide buckets to bail out the water and say that you could only have them if you gave something to her. This shows that the bills are bad, that they want to pass, or else they would simply just wait until the crisis is over and allow them to be open for discussion during the regular sessions. To also say that the original plan is nothing but a slush fund for Trump's pals just shows how ignorant that she is as to how economics works. Yes, giving the American people the money is all very noble, but she doesn't seem too concerned about them getting it unless she gets her own way with the 1,400-page hostage document that she's holding over the suffering American people's heads. Everyone must do the right thing. My son and daughter-in-law both work, so they have a cleaning lady who come in once a week. They both work for the government, and for the present time, anyways, they are continuing to get paid. They are now at home and no longer require the services of the cleaning lady, but they figure that as they work for the government, that their pay is from tax money. So they told the lady not to come as long as the quarantine is on, but they will continue to pay her as long as they themselves get paid. These are simply decent things that people should be doing in order to help out not just some that are affected by, but others who are affected by them. It is a domino effect to help others and our economy. Also, the businesses need a skeletal bailout at this time as they have bills that must be paid either at this time or when they hope to start up again. Some are trying to continue to pay their employees throughout the crisis, as losing them, which is definitely going to happen to many of them, is not an option that they wish to have happen. They have run out of money or are running out of money. Not being able to pay all their bills, leave where they are living, forcing them to quit their jobs. When the businesses try to start up again, they'll have to try and find competent help or train all new people in a market that is going to be slow to start up again, with the usual customers having less money to spend on many of the products and services that they have begun to take for granted. It will be a very trying time for our worldwide economy to regain its drive that we've all enjoyed as a daily luxury. I hate to say this, but the truth of the matter is that the Democrats will be wallowing like pigs in the mud of enthrallment, as they have been praying for the economy to crash and burn. Donald Trump has really added a boost to the American economy, and the Democrats know it. They also know that people vote according to how much they have in their wallets as a result of the economy and what has been benefiting them at their place of employment. I've had a lot of leftists point out people that haven't done quite well, and I don't deny it. You can't work wonders for every single person. You can only try to benefit as many as possible and hope that these people will wind up spilling over eventually to those who aren't immediately seeing a positive result. The economy crashing right now will thrill the Democrats because it will spiral everyone into a mess. But they have a huge problem with this. They have done absolutely nothing but stand in the way of Trump constantly attempting to make every American's life better. The American people aren't stupid, and both Republican and Democrat voters both know that Trump didn't ruin the economy. They can see the world crashing around everywhere, all because of a virus that has taken everyone and upset their lives. They can both see that Trump is doing the best he possibly can every day for every single person in the country, whether they want to believe it or not. Trump is the one they are always blaming as the unhinged one, yet many of the Democrats, have they taken a look at themselves and asked what they are doing to help those most in need? Have they asked themselves why they are playing a power mad gouging game when their constituents are looking to them for answers? The people who elected them to help them through the times of crises. And this is one of the worst of those times that possibly many of them have ever witnessed. Now, for the time you've all been waiting for, my bad joke. Someone told me the other day that lately, as far as Olympic records go, Kenya has had most of the runners winning gold medals. It's because of their incredible training. Just what is their training, Zoot? I'm glad you asked me that. Well, their training is a lion. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps me out. And hit the bell for more of my words of wisdom. Don't forget to share my content on all your social media, as I get censored by all the usual suspects. Until later, have a Java on Zoom.